Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to another video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So on the agenda tonight, I'm going to be making a video that I never normally make on my channel. I'm going to be focusing on just one comment that was made in my comments section under the video where I'm looking at a performance of Golden, and it's a live performance on a TV show, and I'm just pointing out exactly what's going on. And the reason I'm making a whole video about this is because I can't believe the lengths that some people will go to try and appear like what they're saying is true to other people on YouTube. It's just absolutely mind-blowing and just totally weird. So getting into this, and this is a reply to somebody else's comment in the comment section. Note his frequent retraction and apology videos after he's threatened with legal action for his defamatory remarks. First of all, the retraction and apology videos, this person's going to have to link me to them because I've never done an apology video. And anyone who's watched my channel for any length of time will know that I never do an apology video. And all of my analysis videos, I hold to a really high standard of providing proof. And this is why, when they say about after he's threatened with legal action, I've been quite open about the official Bryan Adams challenge on one of, no, it wasn't a challenge, it was a takedown request of one of my videos. And that takedown request was rejected by YouTube because they watched my video and saw what I was doing, that I was pointing out that auto-tune had been used on this particular vocal on a particular video. And I think there were other reasons for the official Bryan Adams channel to want to take my video down, is because I think Bryan didn't know that they'd done what they'd done to his voice, and yeah, that's a whole different issue. But that challenge, was thrown out. So the video's still up and you can, go and watch that if you want to see that I'm not lying. And I know for a fact that very popular artists and bands who I've covered on the channel and had different videos that have gone viral on them, I know that their legal teams have watched my videos. But guess what? The videos are still there because I deal with objective data. And there's nothing that they can do to disprove what I'm showing. So anyway, long story short, my videos would not exist if there was a way for the legal teams to remove them. So being threatened with legal action, I have never been threatened with legal action. So and making defamatory remarks, I don't do that in my videos. I'm doing objective analysis videos. So already in this first sentence, they're kind of way off the mark. And then they say, also note how he deletes those a week later, so not everybody sees that he's been caught lying. So, again, I'll go back and say that none of my analysis videos thus far, touch wood, I hold a very high bar for making my videos. None of them have been wrong. And any follow-up videos that I have made have only proven the case further. They've never been me saying, oh, sorry, I was totally wrong and I'd like to apologise to this particular person or band or whoever they may be. The reason that I've never had to do that is because I make really sure that we have objective data that is cross-referenceable and everyone can get the same results, and it just is what it is. It's a fact. It's not my opinion of anything. So, moving on, note that the creators of the apps he uses have had to issue statements clarifying that the apps don't do what he says they do. Okay, so if you've watched my channel, you'll know that I've done, actually, when I used to do sponsored videos, I did one for Moises.ai because that's what I used to isolate vocals. And guess what? Moises, the app, it isolates vocals. It also isolates instruments. That's what it does. They have never said or claimed that what I'm using it for, that's not what it does. It absolutely does that. And you can email them if you want to, but I'm in close contact with them and they have approached me about doing more videos because they know that I use their product and would like me to kind of mention it more on my channel. But I have said that I don't do sponsored videos. So yeah, but I have done one in the past with them anyway. So Moises.ai most certainly have not issued any statements. And for the pitch monitoring software, Jared from Vocalize, which is the site that, it's all in my description if you want to check out Moises.ai or Vocalize, he has actually developed the pitch monitoring software to my specifications for analysis videos. So he's, done so many things, added so many things to his pitch monitor, and really only things that I can access for my videos to make them even more reliable, and getting like 100 frames per second of data rather than being limited to 30 frames per second. So it means that I can see every 100th of a second of a vocal. So he's done loads behind the scenes that I'm very thankful for, and I'm in pretty much constant contact with him. And he's never said that his pitch monitoring software doesn't plot the pitch of vocals. That's what it's designed to do. So yeah, again, just absolutely false statements going on here, that if you were to email the actual companies, they would say, yeah, we've never made any statements. So yeah, that's kind of all made up. So let's just scroll down and notice that he proposes that he is a professional that knows better than everybody, then intentionally misrepresents things like post-processing or vocal effects as auto-tune, or insists things are created with AI with no evidence of such. So again, I've been doing this a very long time. I started on Cubase SX when I was 19, and yeah, that was over 20 years ago, almost 25 years ago now. So I've used a lot of software, and I've used a lot of digital audio workstations, and I've been doing these videos for a long time, analysing pitch data of singers. So when I say that something's auto-tune, I can show you on screen that it is auto-tuned. I can show you something when it's pitch corrected. I can show you when somebody's miming or lip syncing and matching up audio files. I can do all of that. It's not a misrepresentation of, auto-tune or pitch correction. In fact, it's the opposite. It's the actual representation. So then saying, things created with AI with no evidence of such. Now, this is interesting because with AI, I've done a few videos where people have asked me to look into things. And again, I have never been wrong about AI, even though you might say, well, yeah, you're just basing it on how it sounds and the tuned vocals, even though that's not really something that's indicative of AI, because it's just reproducing what it's been trained on. So it's been trained on tuned vocals. But looking at pictures, and people are asking me based on my history and my experience, that goes back to, when I was 19 years old. I've been doing it a very long time. So when I hear something and see something that doesn't quite stack up, I will point that out. So let's take, for example, my last video on they're all kind of religion based and pushing that Christianity angle, but there was one guy who made these creations and they weren't actually labeled as AI creations on YouTube. So yeah, they could have been genuine songs, but I went in there, had a listen, looked at some pictures, and I said, no, these are AI creations because it just sounds off. And the pictures, don't look correct either. Anyway, the actual person who was making those videos then made a video in response to my video saying that, yes, it was AI. So it means that I was correct. Like I said, my analysis videos, I haven't been wrong in any of them yet. So I was correct there because the person said, yes, I am making these videos and songs and they are AI. And then, other things happened where changes were made to descriptions where the AI part of it is now mentioned and made clearer. So that all happened after my video. There's then another video on a female artist, and she had a website and a donation page. I say she. So I made my video and said that, yeah, it was AI, pointed out all the things that were AI about it. That person then changed their website, changed the description of the videos. Rather than being a live performance, it was now labelled a live performance style. So they openly then admitted that it was AI, and they changed the website, and they now have a landing page that describes and explains why they've used AI. So that was correct as well. And then there was a third artist that I pointed out, and again, it was AI, and it is AI. It was AI. In fact, it was the same person or persons who created the previous AI content. So anyway, or the previous artist that I had looked at, who had the website and the charity foundation, which, by the way, again, the charity foundation didn't exist. So everything I'm saying in my video is absolutely true, and the fact that these pictures of her tour, it never happened, and you can go back and check if you've seen any tour dates or anyone's ever been to a show of that particular artist, because I said in my video you wouldn't have been. So anyway, like I said, nothing's ever been wrong. But let me just move down, because then we've got so when he's actually pointing out something that actually has auto-tune or AI, he has no credibility left. I'm not sure how you measure credibility, but it's got to be on your history and your success rate. So I don't know, I think some people might say I'm doing okay with that. But next, the other thing, credibility, the amount of producers and professional musicians that watch this channel, and people that I'm very lucky to be able to just message and chat with, and great singers that I've met on the channel and interviewed as well. So those people wouldn't be watching my channel if they didn't know how much credibility I have and the credibility of what I'm actually pointing out, because they understand it on a much deeper level. And then here, it all gets a bit weird. Also note his frequent gaslighting. He tried it on me in this very comment section when he gets defensive because he's being called out. And you might see in the comment section, occasionally I will try to explain to somebody in the most basic English I can as to why what we're looking at is a fact. And it's not getting defensive or gaslighting. I'm literally explaining the video because they obviously haven't understood it. And if it gets to the point where they, like this, they refuse to take on the fact, then it's just an emotional reaction, and I can't really help them if they're not taking in objective data. So, right, then it says, just look through this comment section. The horrible anti-Asian comments. I've never made any comments about any people. It's just music that I deal with on my channel, and I don't see one person or artist or collection, group of people any different to anybody else. It's just music that I analyze and live performances that I analyze, and it doesn't matter who they are. The overgeneralization of all of K-pop from people who immediately show that they have no idea what K-pop even is. And all I said in my video is that I personally cannot get into K-pop because of the tuning, because I think they tune the voices too much. And that's just my opinion and why I don't listen to it. That it just kind of hits my ear. A440, when it's just tuned really strongly, is not something that my ear likes the sound of. So that's why I don't listen to it. It's not having a go at anyone. It's just stating why I don't listen to it. It's just because of the tuning. So scrolling down, it's interesting that his videos more frequently attack Asian artists. So this is where it's crazy. Just as it's interesting how he allows so many anti-Asian comments, even liking some, but deletes most comments calling him out on his lies. So anyway, I don't know where they're reading these comments. I don't know what this person is watching, but I only ever point out what's going on with a live performance. So in that, if that's your yardstick, I'm attacking everyone that I look at, every single analysis video. If that's how you judge it. But I'm just analysing, that's it. But this person's having an emotional reaction. They're obviously a big fan of the artists, the band or the artists, the singers that I was looking at for this particular analysis video. And if they feel like they don't agree with vocal tuning and then their favourite artist is tuned, it's a very difficult place to be in. You get this emotional kind of reaction and comment. But anyway, getting into this last part, because saying, but deletes most comments calling him out on his lies. Yeah, I don't delete any comments, and you can check through my comments section. You'll see all kinds of comments there. So I never delete any comments, as I didn't delete this comment. And this comment had a couple of replies to it. But guess what happened when a few hours I came back to check to see if this person had replied after I tried to explain that it's just an analysis video, it's objective, I'm just pointing out the fact, everything that, people just, when they've got that emotional reaction, they can't accept the facts of it, of what I'm pointing out. So I went back to check to see if they had understood what I was trying to say and explain to them. And their comment had disappeared. So this is where things are absolutely crazy. The person writes a comment effectively saying, yeah, I'm writing this comment and you mark my words, in, maybe a day's time, this comment won't be here anymore, because guess what? I'm calling him out and he's removed my comment. He's deleted it. So that'll be your proof. So people are making these claims that I delete comments, making a comment and saying, yeah, this comment won't be here because he's going to delete it. And they're deleting their own comments. How ridiculous is that? So it means that they're trying to pretend that I'm deleting their comment by deleting their own comment. But which means that they'll have to then create another account to then say, oh, that bulletproof rainbow, their comment's been removed. Mine's probably going to get removed soon. And then they remove their comment. So they're trying to, push their narrative of me deleting comments. But this person is doing it themselves. So yeah, I am aware of other channels that do remove comments and do delete comments, but I don't. And yeah, if you don't believe me, just look through the comments section. Oh, it's all a bit crazy, but I had to just bring this to light so that I can't believe that people have got this amount of time in their lives to do this, to create this fantasy world thinking they're being removed from channels, and they're removing themselves and deleting their own channels to pretend that they've been deleted. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about it, other than let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below, because your comments will be there. They will stay there. And yeah, you'll be able to interact with other people's comments because they won't be removed. But yeah, very weird video for tonight. I just did a video about it because I just can't believe it. That this kind of thing, some people just, have nothing better to do. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it on some level. And yeah, it'll be interesting to know your thoughts about it all. We'll be getting back to normal business with the next analysis video. And yeah, keep those future requests coming to requests@wingsofpegasus.com for future analysis videos. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!